Hello and welcome. In today's class, we'll see how we can solve this question, distinct prime digit integer, that has appeared in ISC Computer Science 2026 sample paper. So according to the question, a distinct prime digit integer is a positive integer without leading zeros, in which all digits are prime numbers and no digit is repeated. And we know that the prime digits are 2, 3, 5, and 7. So these are the examples: 2, 37, 253. These are examples of distinct prime digit integers, whereas 33, 252, 29 are not. So given two positive integers m and n, where m should be less than n, we have to write a program to determine how many distinct prime digit integers are there in the range between m and n, both inclusive, and we also need to output them. And we need to test our program for the following data and some random data. So if m is 20 and n is 60, we can see that there are 9 distinct prime digit integers that are being displayed in the output. In example 2, when m is 70 and n is 120, we have 3 distinct prime digit integers. In example 3, when m is 100 and n is 180, there are no distinct prime digit integers, so the output is nil and the frequency is 0. And in example 4, when m is greater than n, so it's an invalid input. So that's the question. Let's now look at the program. So here we have a program. We have a file distinct.java and we have created a class distinct. And then inside main, we are inputting the values of m and n. And in case m is greater than or equal to n, then we print invalid input and we return from main, we exit from main. And the program terminates. Otherwise, if the inputs are valid, then we set the frequency to 0. And then we print a heading message here, the distinct prime digit integers are. And now we are running a loop from m to n because we have to check each and every number in this range, and we are setting the status to true by default. So this means that we are assuming that the current number is a distinct prime digit integer, but our assumption can be wrong also, and that's why we need to verify. So we are converting the current number I into a string using the value of function, and now we are running the loop from the first index of this string till the last, and we are extracting individual characters. Now these characters will be the digits present in the string. Now if any digit is not one of these 2, 3, 5, 7, because index of will return -1 when the character is not found in the string. So if this character is not present in this string, that means this character is not one of these. So it's not a prime digit. And that's why in this case, we can say status should be changed to false. Also, if earlier this digit has already appeared once, that means if it's a duplicate digit, then also we change the status to false. So how are we doing that? So we are extracting a portion of the string from 0 to less than j actually, because in substring, the second value index is not included. So from 0 to j minus 1 actually. And in this portion, if the digit has already appeared, then we can say that this digit is appearing again. So there is a duplicate digit, and that's why we cannot say it is distinct. So that means if it's giving a positive value, that means it has occurred earlier. And so in that case also, status should be changed to false and break. So outside the loop, outside the inner loop, we are again checking the status. If the status is still true, that means our number is a distinct prime digit number. So we are increasing the frequency. And if it is the first distinct prime digit integer, so then in that case, what are we doing? We are firstly changing the line and then we are printing the number. So that's why \n takes us to the next line. and then we print the ith number. Otherwise, if we have already printed few, or I can say first number, then the remaining numbers will be printed with a comma and then the number. Okay, so this is how we are formatting the output. And one more thing, that if the frequency is 0, then in that case, the output will be nil and we will also print the frequency. So that's the program. Let's check the output. So when we are giving the input M as 20, N as 60, so you can see that the distinct prime digit integers are getting printed, and all total there are 9 such numbers. Let's take another example. When we are giving the input for M as 70, N as 120, then we are getting only 3 such numbers. Next, when we are giving the input as 100 and 180, then there are no such numbers, and that's why the output is nil and the frequency is 0. And finally, when the input is 200 and 150, so it is an invalid input. So I hope you have understood this program. If you still have any questions, you can get in touch through comments and post your queries. Thank you for watching, and see you soon in the next class.